Okay guys, so it's been a hot minute. I have been doing a lot of stuff, a lot of exhaustive work. But okay, I'm going to talk about the old leaky gut. I'm going to bring this subject back up again. I'm going to do a couple of relatively short, I'll try, videos. So I just got done doing 2 periscopes. So if you don't know about it, go Google it, download the app, and look for Steph the Business to add me. And then I do live, basically they are live classes on how to get into ketosis, how the whole damn thing works. And so download the app, and it's Steph the Business, B-I-Z-N-E-S-S. All right, leaky gut. So I just did the 2 videos or broadcasts, about leaky gut, and I was like, this is it. This is the cryptic, like this is the end all be all. This is it. This is why people are having weight issues, estrogen dominance issues, allergies, poor methylation, thyroid, adrenal, headaches, asthma, rheumatoid arthritis flare-ups, depression, sleepless nights, mood disorder, PMS, you name it, boom, check off the list. The gut, bloated, candida, on and on and on. The light is so bananas. It's very pixelated. Okay, so I'm like, I gotta do some quick videos about this. It's so interesting. And I realized that the one connecting health issue that is the reason why people either adapt or don't adapt is the fact that if they have a poor digestion or leaky gut or SIBO, so it's all here. This is where the problem lies. And then it just literally goes and messes up the entire body. So if you are having a hard time losing weight, people are starting to blame things like leptin resistance, and so people start fasting, and then they damage their adrenals trying to intermittent fast because they don't realize that their gut dysbiosis is connected to how much adrenaline and cortisol becomes dumped into the bloodstream because of the gut dysbiosis. The catalyst to Crohn's and fibromyalgia is not just the blood sugar dysregulation. That's a big one, guys. But it's also what's going on right here. So I was like, man, women are estrogen dominant, and they complain about cellulite, and they can't lose their weight, and men, your DHT is too high, your testosterone is too low, your free testosterone is, something's going on with your blood testosterone. There's so many factors that are going on, little inflammations here or there, and people don't understand that your gut has these tight junctions. And in your small intestine, you have all these little villi. Those become broken off. And then you start to develop holes in that wall. Those junctions become open. And now big particles of food, instead of being filtered to smaller particles, bigger particles of food are now able to enter the bloodstream very quickly, and the body doesn't understand what it is. And essentially, you start to develop allergies. You start to develop mood disorders. You start to develop depression, and you can't lose the weight, and you've got all this eczema and psoriasis and acne, and all this weird stuff starts happening. This candida overgrowth and worms. You have all these like parasites growing in your shite. You're constipated chronically. You can't get out. You can't detoxify. People, your livers are junked up, and that means your kidneys aren't functioning properly. So that's why, like, when I'm in a crowd of people, you can just see how inflamed people are. It's so fascinating to me. Your skin quality, it's way beyond diet. Dropping weight, because we don't want to lose muscle, right? So dropping body fat, you can't just exercise a lot and then eat less. Because if you've got adrenal insufficiency, then the body could go into gluconeogenesis and break down muscle and bone and skin and collagen. Doing that, eating less. You can start to develop pregnenolone steal, and then you start to have issues with DHEA, and all the way down to your reproductive hormones. You start to develop anxiety, fasting, because your body's already stretched out before. You're not going down the rabbit's hole and trying to find the initial problem to your anxiety or to your gut dysbiosis or to your bloatedness or your thyroid or your low T. You're like, oh, what supplement can I take? What supplement? What supplement? What supplement can I take? Like, that's not going to work. What you guys don't understand is that if you're malabsorptive because you've got holes in your colon, things are going to come right through you. They're going to go right into your urine. So a lot of you guys have protein deficiencies, you have vitamin D deficiencies, calcium, you have like all of these minerals that you're deficient in, and then on top of that you're B12 deficient, you're not getting enough folate from foods, you guys don't detox properly. People have issues with their gallbladder, and this all can be connected to two things. The leaky gut, created by the bad carbs and processed garbage. So if you're feeling a little off, if you feel like you're driving in third gear and you never can make it to fifth gear, it's gut. You may not be absorbing your nutrients, and this can be affecting your serotonin and dopamine and tyrosine and tryptophan. You don't feel balanced. You have candida. It can pass the blood-brain barrier, can get into all cells, and it just does damage. We all are walking around with candida. Don't think that you're not, because you are. Just different levels of it. We have an overgrowth, bloatedness, why you would eat certain foods and have an allergy or an allergic reaction, or why you would get bloated after eating something. That's the gut. Psoriasis. Not being able to eat cheese or not being able to eat eggs. Like, people laughed at me when I first did videos saying don't drink coffee and don't eat nuts and don't eat cheese. And people are like, oh girl, you're tripping, you're crazy, where's the science? But you guys are walking around inflamed. Yeah? You guys are having a hard time to methylate. So Steph doesn't look so crazy now. Steph might actually have something going on in there when I'm like, what's going on with your gut? People don't understand that dairy is like wheat. Wheat is meant for cows that have 4 stomachs to strip apart that protein in the grass. That is damaging to our gut lining. The gluten has been genetically modified to have more. We're over 40 chromosomes of gluten. There's no real good gluten or celiac test. They can only test to see it when your villi are just broken down. And then when that happens, you're allergy up the wazoo. So it's good to do an organic acid test. Now, like on my Periscope, we discussed that 23andMe is a good company, but they can share your information. So someone mentioned. So you've got to find a good organic acid test lab that tests your stool, your urine, your saliva, because that's going to show you things indicative of your genes, right? The neurotransmitter things going on up in here. Are you losing things through your urine, proteins and other nutrients? Are you malabsorbed it? Do you have parasites? Do you have too much cortisol? How's your adrenal function? Because if you look at this, then you'll understand what I'm talking about by don't eat these foods. Because if you've got a candida issue, trust, everything with mycotoxins is going to make that yeast grow exponentially. And then I don't look so crazy. I'm walking around at the gym, I see guys like they have their hair clipped real short. I always see like red, itchy scalps, flaky skin all day, every day. I see it all the time. People can't detox. Why is, in the middle of a video, there must be a ghost in here. Because now things are playing on them by themselves, on their own. Okay. Woo! I'm all cracked up from my Periscope broadcast talking about leaky gut. It's not sexy, right? It's not internet sexy. But that's how you get the business. That's how. Because you got to go down the rabbit's hole. So I had a candida overgrowth. So for me, I had to do a lot of things to be able to put it at bay, so I don't do more damage to my own DNA. So I've said, oh, you know, I'll eat donkey crap off the ground with the freaking spoon, if that's what it took for me to be more healthy. And so I don't understand people. So I'm soon going to be 50 years of age. Like, I don't have time to fall apart. I've got stuff to do. I already have a really bad knee injury. So I need to be strong. I need to be strong. I need to be mentally alert. And I need to be emotionally balanced, right? Things don't trigger me. Like this video, it shouldn't upset you. It should be like, okay, this is just some information. This is what she's noticed in the people that she's worked with, and this is what she's studied, and this is something that a lot of people don't talk about. They talk about bits and pieces. They'll talk about thyroid a lot, or they'll talk about leaky gut a lot, or the functional doctors will talk about this type of stuff. Or I've talked a lot about keto, but I want to put it all together. Your happiness, perception of yourself. You know, who are you? How do you really feel? Because your hormones, your serotonin can be so downregulated, you don't even know how you feel. Because you know what? Most of your serotonin is made in your gut. But you have a gut dysbiosis and you're malabsorptive. So now you're flipping on the bad genes and you're turning off the good genes. You don't believe me? Walk in a group of adults. Everybody's got something wrong with them, and I mean everybody. People are walking freaking zombies. They're emotional. They're subjective. We all can be, including myself. So it's very, very important that we learn how to detox and methylate and clean up those detoxification highways, as I call them, so there's no more of a traffic jam. So things just blow off you easy breezy like you don't care, right? It's just a YouTube video. You know, people need to worry about, you know, feeding their children and making them feel comforted. These videos are just to designed to share what I've learned, and that's it. So go down the rabbit's hole. Did it start with poor sleep? Because that's when your body repairs. Did it start with a lot of GMO, Roundup Ready, pesticide-laden, hormone-injected foods? Well, you got to go down that rabbit's hole. Did that create neurological pathways and synapses that got you moody because your hormones were imbalanced because of like hormone-injected meats? Do you train to failure? Do you do like 100 hours of cardio trying to burn the body fat because it's not going anywhere? That's not the solution. The solution is your metabolic wealth. That all your systems can function under duress. Because we're like cockroaches. We can take a lot of stress if we're just balancing all the time, right? We're balancing toxins all day long. And if you can still balance it, you can take on the toxins and you can still grow muscle. I love this stuff. Solution: sleep, water, plant pectins, bone broth, gelatin desiccated from grass-fed animals, glutamine, things like avocado that help boost your glutathione, your internal antioxidant, ketogenesis, ketones, sleep early, no caffeine, no mycotoxins in your foods. You know, you just don't want to start dumping things that are high in antimicrobials, right? Like sage and like thyme and oil of oregano or oregano oil. You can't just take these because it can actually exacerbate the problems and make things worse. You got to really go down the rabbit's hole. Find out where these also did it start with probiotics. Did it start with acne and taking Accutane? Did it start with like being an alcoholic? Are these things that help cater to your leaky gut? People don't understand that cheese is not just wheat. The problem is the BMC. What is it? BM7? Is it BC7? I gotta look it up to be sure. These are things that also can destroy the microvilli and create holes in the gut lining. Yes, that's why they're like, and there's a cross-reactive process where the body mimics wheat and cheese and oats and grains as all wheat, but it's not. So you can still get leaky gut from those other foods. Did you grow up on those foods? Do you get bloated? Do you have menstrual cycle issues? Is your menstrual cycle just 3 days long and you think that you've got a normal cycle? No. Do you develop fibroids? That definitely is a blood sugar dysregulation. Endometriosis. A lot of you guys, a lot of you men, women have adrenal issues and bees just come out of your urine. You're not using them. Cells can't get fixed. You start to develop anxiety, heart racing. A lot of women are iron deficient. They don't get enough heme in their diet. There's a lot of things connected to that leaky gut. So if the gut walls were sealed, then all the other issues that you're battling, like toxins and pesticides and stress and bills and life and fight or flight and adrenaline and all those things, you can kind of keep at bay, right, from overtaking you. that if you don't seal the gut, those things will they'll come